Hey everybody, welcome back to Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I'm your host Caleb.
Hi, I'm Seth. I talk Star Wars with this man.
Uh, well, we like to normally we like to normally talk about other stuff outside of Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars though every week and what we've been up to. So I've just been continuing Outer Worlds a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I'm officially off of the first world,
Mm-hmm.
Terra 2, Emerald Vale, uh, and I did manage to do what I was trying to do that I talked about last time, which is
Mm-hmm.
make the deal with
Yeah.
where I put
Adelaide.
Adelaide in charge, but also bring everybody essentially back into the
Yeah.
fold, except for Thompson, which I do feel bad about because he's not a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a cog of the capitalist machine
Mm-hmm.
who is genuinely he does genuinely
Yeah.
care about the people there, but he's just a toady, too
Yeah.
much of a toady to leave in charge, and he also, similar to a conversation we were having about Has-Been Hotel, he is some
Yeah.
because I also finished Has-Been Hotel season 2 with Britt.
Yes.
Uh, we will not talk about major spoilers because that was
Pretty recent.
yeah, pretty recent. So, but I did like the arcs that the characters went on. I do think Charlie has a bit of because I think in Act 1, I will call the first 4 episodes Act 1 and
Mm-hmm.
second 4 episodes Act 2 because even one of the creators involved considers it that way. I already kind of saw it that way because it felt like an Act 1, Act 2
Mm-hmm.
structure. Like it felt more theatrical and less TV show in structure. Um, Charlie in Act 1's kind of annoyed me. I didn't hate her, but it was annoying. It's a case of
You're.
you keep learning the same lesson over and over, but not taking it in and doing anything about it. But I think Act 2 resolves that. The real question is, I think that it will only continue. I think my opinion on Charlie as a character will depend on how season 3 goes forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because if season 3 has her making the same mistakes again, then I'll say season 2 might have messed up. Because then it's like, well, then what was the point of her learning the lesson finally, only for you to do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a problem that she had in season 1 as well, but there was no narrative towards that. Whereas this time there was. I also think a lot of the other characters that are on the side kind of have interesting narratives. Um, Abel, I think, has an interesting narrative, even though he's like a tertiary character at
Yeah.
best. um, but that's the most I'll go into. Like that's as close to spoiler I will get with that. But yeah, no. So Outer Worlds though,
Have you been to Monarch?
I'm on Monarch now.
Okay.
That because that's the next place they suggest you go, and then you
Why did you go to Monarch?
right. I think Monarch.
You're not supposed
Hold
to
on, no,
go.
no, 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 no. Not
It's the
Monarch.
one. Monarch is the one where if you try to go to it too early.
Oh no, no, no. I didn't go to Monarch. No, no, no. I went to this. No, I went to this ship.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I got
Really?
thrown off. I remember Monarch being mentioned, and then
Yeah, the re.
they were like, "Hey, you can't land. You're not gonna be able to land there. You need to go here first so you can land properly because ships drive themselves. Nobody actually drives their ship."
I was like,
No, I didn't go to Monarch.
I like
went
it
to the-
because I like Outer Worlds. Because when you try and
You're
do
welcome,
that,
by the way. I will keep.
Yes, thank you.
I will keep.
It was a good game.
I will keep being like, I'm the
Man,
one who suggested it
I
to
went
you.
down like a weird, really hard anti-capitalist corporation pipeline. Because I think I was like, I got
Well, the game.
no.
I was gonna say the game kind of partially rewards you for doing that, but then it also it more rewards. So
No, I mean like in order of the games I played.
oh.
Because I was done with like a Fallout playthrough number 38. Then I did that, and then Cyberpunk.
So you just got more and more indoctrinated with anti-capitalism.
More and more. I was like,
Because I would say well, no, I would say, is Fallout or Outer Worlds more anti-capitalist?
Um, I'm
I would
gonna lean
say,
on Outer Worlds because like Fallout is very much a, to me at least, because other people take different messages.
mhm,
Fallout's like, hey guys, could we like chill with the killing of each other
in
over
general,
ideologies
yeah.
for like 3 fucking seconds?
Whereas the Outer Worlds isn't facing an extermination like that, so
Yeah.
they can more be like, oh, we can fight over this stuff.
Yes.
Uh,
Except no one's actually eating anything of value and everyone is starving.
yeah.
That's
Unless
the
you're
big
unless
problem.
you're with Adelaide.
Unless you're with Adelaide, in which case that one town is okay.
Yeah. Emerald Vale is now a better place thanks to me because I I told Thompson the truth about what was being used as the fertilizer because he was like, how does she do that? And then on top of that, the other big thing is that Adelaide is also has a cure for the illness, the plague, which is just the common cold, by the way. Like if you read enough of the documents, it's just the common cold.
Yeah.
Uh,
Multiple times in Outer Worlds, one of the dialogue options is just eat a fucking vegetable.
and then Thompson's like, ugh, you want us to eat raw vegetables?
Yes.
It's like,
Or cook it. Just eat it.
it's like, how far into the future have we gone that there is just people forgot to eat vegetables?
God damn it. Look, I personally not the biggest fan of like salads and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll still eat like fucking spinach.
Yeah,
and
I like
carrots.
spinach. I mean, you've seen. I think you've seen my orders from Subway
Yeah.
enough to know I like spinach. I will usually always get spinach on my sandwich.
I like spinach, but I like it like warm.
Oh, I'll eat warm spinach too, but like I'll like if it's in a sandwich, it's not. It's I don't like pickles,
Mhm.
but if it's in a sandwich and it's with other things, I will eat it and just put up with it because it still adds a taste profile that isn't terrible when it's with other things. It's that scene from Ratatouille where you just combine the things and it tastes better because you combined it. Because that's the reality of food, actually, is that everything does have its own taste profile like that, and sometimes mixing and matching things.
I'm gonna have, to some people, maybe a wild take, but different meats taste different. They do not taste the same.
I can see that. Yeah, I think certain meats have a similar profile, but that doesn't make them the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's why people can go, oh, that tastes like chicken. I think what you mean is it has a similar profile to it, but
Like
it's not.
chicken and turkey both taste a little bit similar,
Yeah.
not too much, but that's because
Like-
they're both fucking birds.
Like, if I was to eat chicken and then eat turkey, but like blindfolded and you didn't tell me what it was, I could probably still tell the difference. Same with like turkey and ham, because
Yeah.
like if you do like cold cuts,
they taste different.
yeah, they still taste different, but they like on the surface you could be like, oh, it's like, let me taste that blind and I could tell you it's different.
And
Now
also-
I couldn't tell you the difference between like a Black Forest ham and some other type of ham, right? Although honey baked I could tell you because it's got a little bit of
Because
honey.
it's got honey on it.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
back to that.
back to outer.
Yeah,
We got here from food.
Yeah.
Even though I just ate,
is
so
a-
I'm not hungry.
it is a plot point in Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
People are starving. We're not.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
But no, yeah, they so like, yeah, if you did search, like, even immediately you can find documents and it's like, oh, this is the common cold. If you have like a high enough like intelligence or whatever, you can just you can even comment that. You could be like, the symptoms sound like the cold,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, nah. It's like, no, this is just the common cold. And it's because y'all have an unhealthy diet of this salt tuna, which isn't even salt tuna if you find the right documents for that. Because Reed Thompson's like, I had to switch it out because we can't afford it and to like get it over here because there is no fishing here really. So
There are no fish in this water.
yeah, there are no fish here. So how do fish?
We do have these weird fucking space gorillas, though.
Yeah. And then
That's not a thing involved with that quest. That's just
No.
an observation of the planet.
I did make it to like level 10 before leaving though.
Hey man, that's perfectly fine.
Because I did all of the side quests.
Yeah.
Because you know how I am. I'm going to do side quests.
Do you remember the one where the like foreman just has a moment of like, damn, can't believe Joe from accounting got himself.
So, what's crazy about that
Mm-hmm.
is that's not actually a side quest. That's just conversations you can have.
Oh,
There's no quest attached to that. The only thing that's attached to it is the I forget what his position is technically called, but the gravedigger,
mm-hmm.
Silas.
Yeah.
You can talk to Silas and be like, "Hey, is there any jobs you need from me?" And Silas goes, "Yeah, so uh everybody has to pay a monthly fee for the buried,
Yeah.
and so there are people whose contracts are out, and I need them to re up,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is a thing in real life, not from company towns, but from actual like places where you can rent it out for basically as long as the person like most countries that do it actually do it correctly, which is you just pay for the time needed before the body biodegrades,
Yeah.
and then and basically we don't put them in a casket, we just bury them in the dirt, so that way everything is biodegradable,
Yeah.
and then reusable. We just reuse the same for the next person that needs it, and that's it's to like save land essentially, so that way we're not building a ton of cemeteries.
Yeah. Because people be dying.
um and so US is not one of those countries.
Yeah.
But I think Germany's one of them, I read somewhere. So I think I saw it on TikTok initially, and then I played Outer Worlds, and then that happened. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
um, it's like that's not a bad idea if done correctly, but that's not what Outer Worlds is doing. They're just doing this to get the money, because the companies like to rip you off because it's a company town.
I remember threatening the doctor. I'm like, watch me put my hand on this glass.
Oh yeah, I did that too as a joke. But that's not how you get the money from him. What you do is you find out, because he does an IOU, because he's like,
Yeah.
I don't got money because I don't get business here,
Yeah, in case you hadn't noticed.
because I'm a barber and or whatever. He's like,
Yeah, he's like a barber.
he's a barber, but old school barber where they also deal with the dead,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what the red and white and blue on a when you go to like barber shops, that's what that is. It has to do with how barbers originally were implemented. But and he like prepares the dead, I think, or something like that. And so one of those people is somebody that had a gold tooth, which is also how you find out about the bodies are fertilizer thing, because everybody's like, oh yeah, that's one of the bodies that went missing, because the grave digger also talks about how bodies are going missing.
Like, yeah, it's weird.
We don't know why. I think they might be cannibals. And then it turns out, no, it's just fertilizer. But also you find the gold tooth just hanging there, since that's not biodegradable. So Adelaide can't use that.
Yep.
She's like, I had to pull it out because it doesn't
rot. So
it doesn't create fertilizer, or it's not used. And then of course, then you have the sad, like your companion there. You have the sad conversation of, what about my dad? And Adelaide's like, oh no, honey, he was already he was bones by the time.
we couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
not gonna. Yeah,
We're not.
growing trees here with bones. Like, this isn't Minecraft.
Yeah.
Uh,
I love.
and so that's
Havarti.
the connection, though.
I was thinking about the one thing I do remember though, during one of my playthroughs, because Monarch is a hell world. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things in our side quest will take you there. I had like an angry dad reaction a little bit towards it.
Yeah.
During that time, I was like, "Fucking last time we ever come to this place for fucking cookies." Some shit.
But yeah, that's the connection though, because the gold tooth guy is the one who shot himself. And the foreman is the one paying for it because of the dumb rule of closest living relative. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry about the loss of your family. And she's like, oh, no, that's not my family. And you're like, huh? And she goes, yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his dead body.
For also additional context, Outer Worlds takes place in the future.
Yeah, it's the future in a different galaxy because space travel. You basically were on a mission that was like where you got cryogenically frozen and you got think Ellie and you got shipped off
Yeah.
to go do jobs in the far reaches of space, and so you were supposed to wake up and start a colony essentially. Your ship, however, got lost, whereas the first ship did not. And so then you finally get unfrozen by a scientist who finds you and the lost colony. But the problem is because you were frozen for so long, you get like hibernation sickness essentially, which makes you be able to slow down time, and basically it's their version of VATS.
Yep.
Except you don't get to target specific body parts, you still have to actively aim. I know a lot of people don't like VATS because of the auto aim. What is your opinion on that, by the way?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's either are fine.
Okay, because I was about to ask if you didn't like it, if you thought like Outer Worlds is the best of both worlds. You get that kind of you get that upper hand without it being straight up just auto aimy.
I think both are fine.
I like VATS, and also VATS is important. I think because people are like, I want VATS. I have heard people say for the next Fallout, they like for Fallout 3 remake, which is confirmed at this point. I think they confirmed. Yeah, they said that's the next game that's coming out.
3 does.
And it's gonna be some remaster. Sorry, it's gonna be similar to the Oblivion one, where it's kind of that gray line, where it's a remaster, but it's on a different engine because it's on the Unreal. So that's what's happening with Fallout 3 is a similar situation. Somebody said get rid of change VATS. I'm like,
I will slap the taste out of your mouth.
I'm sorry, VATS is a core part of Fallout from the beginning. Fallout 1 and 2.
We're not getting rid of VATS.
Another one was I kind of agree with this one. Make navigating Fallout 3's map a little bit easier.
Yeah, because you can get quite lost.
Well, the biggest problem is having to go into the tunnels all the time to get it anywhere. Literally, the fourth main mission is go see Free Dog, go find him. Go see Three Dog, go find him, and it's you go to, if you follow them, if you're following, you're looking at the little thing at the top where it's here's where you go. If you're looking at that, it leads you to a dead end. And then your dead end is just rubble. And you're I could jump this rubble. Nope, nothing on the other side for you.
Do you know what one of the funniest things for me about Fallout 3 the first time I played it was?
Yeah.
Apart from it constantly crashing because I didn't save enough.
That's just
I never met Three Dog.
But that's a main objective early on.
Because when I went to Rivet City,
yeah,
I was I just need to talk to everybody here. So I skipped Three Dog and meeting up with the Brotherhood for the first time.
Three Dog's so imperative to the plot.
Apparently not,
I guess.
I was well, I know that Rivet City is here on the boat.
Yeah.
So there's only one big fucking river. So I guess I'll go down to the river because that's where the boat is. And ignore all of that bullshit.
But yeah, basically they said, hey, we want Fallout 3 to be more actual open world where you can actually explore. I kind of agree with that point. Or at the very least, make it more obvious when you need to go into tunnels.
Yeah.
Make the tunnels more obvious. Because I don't mind the subway system. You just got to make it obvious that that's where we got to go. Don't have on the mission icon.
Yeah. To anyone who lives in DC, I'm sorry.
I think they can. Easier. I was gonna say I think it's a lot easier. I think you can get around more because there's not a bunch of rubble. But yeah, back to Outer Worlds specifically though.
Yeah.
The other fun thing I did because I forgot. I was because a lot of modern Western RPGs, especially of the Fallout and Elder Scrolls variety, which is what Outer Worlds is aiming for. It's aiming for a Fallout-like experience, just in the more Obsidian style, right? Um, how I forgot, and so I had to test it. How important are NPCs? Because in so
Well,
because
here's the thing.
well because I can tell you how I tested that. Because
Hmm.
in like I think Fallout 3 have important like I forget the
Like
term that
essential.
essential, yeah. Like is that the term that they like to use?
Yeah,
That Bethesda uses because that's
I
what they
think
use.
so.
I think that's the term they use because like essential NPCs at least
Cannot be killed
Yeah,
unless you do
yeah,
their quest.
yeah. Elder Scrolls didn't do that until 4 with Oblivion. That's when they introduced essentials because Morrowind you could just kill whoever and then you could actually just break the game and just not like the game goes, hey, now the main story is not completable. Do you want to keep playing anyways? And you can say yes. Um, it'll tell you, but
Mhm.
if you do that, then you have to and you
Imagine getting like a message from God being like, "You shouldn't have done that. You
do you
want to
wanna
redo
do you
that?"
want to reload or are you good with this?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, that just means you go to hell though.
Just by default, you
You
lose
got the bad ending.
automatically.
It's like, well,
You soft locked your way out of heaven.
um, but yeah. So I was curious if
Mhm.
Outer Worlds
Yeah,
had essentials. No,
it doesn't.
I tested that out the only way you can. It's the same way you test out friendly fire. So
Oh.
imagine me on the spaceship going, well, I guess I'm gonna save the game real quick. All right, Vicar Max. All right, Parvati, you ready? No spacers.
No. Oh man.
No spacers.
Oh,
Yeah, I just blasted everybody away, including the guy you're supposed to meet, Udon. The other guy you can meet, Udon, who I'm trying to remember what happens when you meet him because he already knows the real Captain Hawthorne.
God.
Because if you look through Alex Hawthorne's emails beforehand,
He's like, I fucking hate this guy.
whereas Udon's like, I love Alex Hawthorne. I admire you so much. I can't wait to go to our favorite bar together. And Hawthorne's like, fuck.
He hates him so much.
He's like, I'm being nice to him only because he can get me out of paying fines.
Yeah. That is pretty much it.
Because the first time he got locked, like the first time they met, Udon did go, I'm going to lock your ship. And then after that, he was like, hey, I'm sorry I locked your ship. From here on out, never again. And then when you arrive, then he locks it. Because I guess the real Alex Hawthorne's been ignoring him for too long.
Yeah.
He hasn't been being a good friend to Udon. And Udon's like, I need my best friend. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. So I'm trying to remember if there's like actual dialogue when you meet him or not, and he's like, "You're not Alex Hawthorne."
Something like that, yeah. I'm like, because I am a scumbag, I will just lie to him.
Yeah, no, because everybody I've met so far, I have lied and been like, "I'm Alex Hawthorne." Whenever the lie option for that,
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm Captain Hawthorne."
And they're like, some of them are like, oh, okay. And others are like, bullshit.
Oh, I've yet to have a bullshit, but I also have a really high. I statted my character to be a charismatic build, ranged weapons, and sneak.
Mhm.
But I'm also I'm working on building up my engineering as well. But those are like my 3 core that I'm like, because of how the point system works in Outer Worlds. It's best to kind of just pick 3 that you want to focus on, and
Yeah.
then
Everything else is like, whatever.
yeah.
I think for me, it tends to be a pretty similar thing.
In engineering, you don't even really have to focus that heavily on because of Parvati's skill tree,
Yeah.
where as long as she's with you,
You get
then you
buffed.
get buffed for engineering.
I think for me, instead of like engineering, it's medicine.
Oh, okay. What does Vicar Max do? I was looking at his.
He provides spiritual guidance.
No. Like his actual, like his fourth
I
option
think
for like
it's
the. I think it's
intimidation of all things.
yeah, it might be intimidation or it might be computers or something.
Something like that.
Because he talks about how he's really good with hacking. It's hacking. That's the buff he gives is hacking, because he his time in prison. Well, he really circles around it, but I think he was actively in prison. He was not just like the prison priest, which is what he keeps. He's like, I was assigned to the prison. I'm like, were you assigned as like the vicar there, or were you actually actively in prison?
He's like, both. He's like, it certainly felt like one with all of this.
And then you learned how to hack and baseball bats.
Which he's really good at.
Oh man, yeah, he's got to be your melee guy, and then
Vicar Max, gun, no.
Although
racquetball, yes.
Although for me, Parvati's the one who keeps going into melee range all the time.
She's got a big hammer, man.
Yeah.
She is like.
Although I've been giving them better weapons and stuff too. Like I
didn't.
See. Oh, are you somebody who's like, I like to see the original outfits, or do you just not equip companions usually?
Eventually, I do, and I'm like, man, you're kind of getting your ass kicked here. Or like, I'll upgrade their stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't given any armor to Vicar yet when I did my no spacers. He died pretty quick.
Yeah, I imagine wearing only priest robes is not very effective against bullets.
Parvati was surviving.
Yeah, but Parvati.
But I also gave her raider armor, and she had like a 15 armor class or whatever by that. Yeah.
If you're going to do an all kill run, the best person to have with you is
Sam.
Sam,
which I haven't activated him yet, because you can't activate him until after the ship, until after the where I'm at now, because you got to get a part from there.
Yeah.
So it takes a while for that, but yeah, because I read the emails once again. I'm a nosy little bitch. I'm like, I took over the ship. I deserve to read these emails. I am Captain Hawthorne now. And yes, I am Captain Hawthorne, because if I'm not, then the ship doesn't fly.
Mm-hmm. I like the ship. The ship's great.
Yeah, Ada's great. She's just so sarcastic and witty for a computer. Mm-hmm. Who, if you died out of the crew, who becomes the next Captain Hawthorne? Somebody has to be Hawthorne for the ship to work.
If I had to pick one,
or who do you either you pick one, or who do you think just automatically is like, okay, I need to be Captain Hawthorne? Like, who do you think makes sense?
Ellie.
Yeah, I could see that. And see, the great thing about a name like Alex Hawthorne is it's a non-binary name.
Yep.
It's gender neutral. It's great, which makes sense because it's a game. Like the game, you can build your character. Therefore, the game has to acknowledge the fact that we might be calling you Alex Hawthorne throughout the game. It's a name that has to work no matter what type of character you build. Imagine just Jason Hawthorne. And
Jason.
And then just it's like, well, I can't be Jason. I'm not exactly a Jason. Like, my face doesn't scream Jason.
I think.
Also, what happens when every person who could pilot the ship dies? Ada just stays grounded forever? That sucks, Ada.
It's like, I guess I'll stay here then.
Or can you... I guess the solution is sell your ship before you die.
Mm-hmm.
Because then if you don't sell your ship and you die, then... Oops.
Whoops.
Would leaving it in a will count?
I imagine so, right?
Because, well, like, what are the rules here for becoming captain of the ship? Right? Because she only says that you have... Because she only says that you have to be Alex Hawthorne to fly the ship.
Mm-hmm.
which means even if I came up like even if for some reason there was a solution in the chat where I could lie and be like, oh, he left the ship to me.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she might not take that as because you can lie and be like, oh, because from the beginning when you meet her, you can be like, oh, something happened to him. Like you don't have to go into the specifics of I crushed him when I landed in my escape pod. um,
Whoops.
which immediately sets the tone for this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Like the game immediately sets the tone of we are a sci-fi RPG that has a very dark humor.
Yeah.
Like immediately sets that tone because the first like at first the game seems a little serious because you have when you first meet Phineas right away they've got like the camera the way it's slowly following him, but then immediately with humor when he can't open the fucking door.
Yeah.
And then on top of that he also can't immediately shoot the escape pod down into
it. So this may surprise you, but I don't actually like Borderlands, the game series that much.
And Outer Worlds kind of has Borderlands type humor, so I see where you're connecting this.
I do like the humor of Outer Worlds a bit more than Borderlands.
Is it the claptrap of it all? Is that the problem?
Not necessarily.
Because I know a lot of people who like Borderlands but hate claptrap.
Not necessarily. I think it's just that like I'm gonna say something weird. I think Outer Worlds does it with a little.
Okay. Is it okay? I think I understand what you're saying a bit.
Yeah.
Like it's less. It's yeah. Like Borderlands sometimes leans more into like potty humor.
Yeah.
Whereas Outer Worlds generally doesn't. Like, yeah, you can make jokes about the dead body situation and the grave robbing and all that, but it generally you have to actively being the one making those comments. It's not very often the NPCs will initiate it. It's a case of you kind of control the humor a little bit in that regard. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. But yeah, I haven't gotten too much farther since last time. That like I just got on the ship on the other ship besides the Hope that was sent out, because that's the other big thing you learn is that this is the other ship that was sent out. This is the successful one, and it's kind of become independent because the original people flying the ship were like, yeah, we don't really want to join the colonies. And we kind of want to just keep flying the ship, and we don't want to really join the board either. And so, but that's also given them power over the board, because the board has to go through them when they want supplies. And so, and also it means that intergenerational careers, because you can ask about jobs on the ship, and then one of the questions is, how about a job specifically here, and the guy's like, oh no, generally we hire like family and like it's generally next person down the line sort of stuff.
On the one hand, I'm like, it makes sense that this is how that would develop in the environment. Seth is also someone who's like, do not work with your family members.
But in this case it kind of just happens naturally, where it's like some people on the ship, when you're on a ship long enough, it's gonna happen. And then when you're on a ship even longer than that, intergenerational, that's gonna happen. It does make me question though certain things.
The population aspect of it.
Yeah, the population. Although we don't see that big of a population that are strictly from people that are working for the ship specifically. But it does make me question the family tree.
Sorry,
You knew where I was going with that. Yeah. That goes back to our Star Wars: The Old Republic campaign, the family tree. It's a diamond. Or some people would call it just a branch. But it would be more of a diamond, I think, in this case.
In this case, I think the thing is that like people,
There's enough separation.
There's enough separation.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
The one thing
I don't think it's a question you can ask.
Yeah.
It's one I want to, but it's not one I think our character gets to.
Yeah. Oh, another thing about Outer Worlds. While there are romance side quests, there are none directly involved with your protagonist.
Yeah, no companion ones.
Yeah.
In fact, Parvati's is helping her hook up with somebody else, which is immediate. It's like one of the most immediate companion quests you can do for her, because she's like, "Oh, another engineer, hot," and you're like, "You should tell her."
Yeah.
And Parvati's like, but also that's because Parvati is also presented as a little bit asexual as well, because like she does, and maybe a little bit of the tism too, because she did not understand that Thomas is flirting with her when you're on Terra 2, when you're back at Emeraldville.
Yeah.
Because you meet Thomas and you're like, oh, this guy obviously has a crush on her. She don't get that.
Yep. There's another one. Eventually, I'll shut up about Monarch, but it's my favorite fucking place in the game because it has people that actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
There's one where there's this girl. She keeps buying like animal parts from this guy because that's what he sells, so she can go talk to him. I'm like, have you tried just talking to him? Like, you don't have to buy stuff. And she's like, but I don't have any reason to go over there if I'm not buying stuff. I'm like, he's 10 feet away around the corner, man. I think it's fine. This is hilarious coming from me, of all people.
So, we'll have to keep yours a little bit shorter. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this became an Outer Worlds podcast for a little bit, but we've been talking about it for almost 30 minutes. Actually, almost 40 minutes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I got you killed in Darkest Dungeon.
Oh no. Yeah. Which class did you go for me, by the way?
Abomination, because that's what you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, because I said it could be that or the other ones you presented, because I was like, oh, that's a cool one too, or that one.
There's a lot of them that are really cool.
Yeah. Did you send me on a mission that we didn't want to go on?
No, it was one where I was like, oh, this will be perfectly fine.
And then it was not perfectly fine.
Yeah, I forgot because one of the like traits that your character had is that they freak out a little bit around like eldritch animal beings.
Gotcha.
They are also considered one in the game, so whenever you turn into your like
he
big
freaks
monster
out.
form, he freaks out.
And it was in that moment he knew he fucked up.
And in my brilliant tactical decisions, I never went and paid the money to go get that fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time, it wasn't a problem because we'd complete the missions and then I'd be like, all right, everyone can go get de-stressed. Not this time, though. I was like, surely we will be fine.
As happens.
No, not in this instance.
Well, I meant as happens in the case of things happen bad sometimes.
Yeah. And it was almost a entire squad wipe.
Oh.
Yeah. But you got so stressed out you had a heart attack and died.
Well, that's a way to go.
Yeah, in the middle of the run. And the game, I was like, okay, everyone else is like really beat up and everything else is also going bad. So I'm like, I'm just going to pull the rest of the team because like...
This was we got to pull back.
Yeah. And the game, anytime you retreat, it's like, oh, are you sure you want to do this? The heroes will suffer the stress of defeat. I'm like, they're already at a point where if they don't leave, they'll have a heart attack as well and die. So yeah, I think we can deal with that.
It's like, we already lost one, so we're not gonna... Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I've been going through Elden Ring again.
That way you
Uh,
can be better at telling Pixie and Zach how to play theirs.
yeah, I'm not totally fucking lost again. Um, I have noticed that both times I have gone through this DLC,
Mm-hmm.
instead of going through the front door to get to kind of like the climax boss for the middle of it,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I've been going around the back way.
Oh, you've been using the back door.
Mhm.
So this is basically the boss is like knocking on the front door any minute, and then you go back door, and they're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, because like the and by climax boss I mean like Mesmer.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go straight through the front gate if you want and like fight your way through that way, or you can go the long way around, which requires going to like underground ruins and shit, which is apparently something I instinctively do.
You just like to sneak around a little bit. That's all.
I do actually. This is well established that I will coward my way through a place. I finally got to him today after I snuck around and saw everything else. And there's still more for me to explore, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Except I'm trying to figure out where one elevator is, and I've seen it, right? I know it's there. I just have to figure out how to get to it.
Yeah, it's a case of I see it. I need to figure out which way to go to actually use it.
Mhm.
It's like when you find a one of those doors in an RPG or a dungeon crawler, really,
Yeah.
where it's a one-way door, and you hit. You're like, oh, this door doesn't open this way. I got to find the actual other way to
Yeah.
get it open, and you search for like half an hour before finding it.
Yeah. It's like the door doesn't open from this side. I'm like, it should. Why doesn't it?
Because there's bars on the other side that you gotta lift.
Yep.
It's always just bars.
No one understands locks. They just have to use a
Actually, that's not true. I was trying to think what game it is that I was playing, where it actually is locks. You actually go on the other side and you unlock doors to do that. Is it Vampire? Does Vampire do lock doors? I think Vampire does. I think it's for the
yeah.
hideouts.
Yeah. Souls games actually do use like keys and shit, but
Yeah.
in going around the back, but like,
Yeah, the key doesn't work on the other side. You gotta go to the back.
yeah.
It's like, put the key, there should be a keyhole on both sides.
No. Admittedly, there are ones where like it's a big ass gate.
Yeah,
It's like,
that makes sense.
yeah,
But if it's a door,
you should be able to go through the door.
but yeah,
Some of them are just closed from the other side. I'm like, I have this fucking axe. Why won't you let me use it?
but no movie night this week. No watch party this week because Thanksgiving. Yeah, give some time for everybody to spend to do whatever they do for the holiday, whether that's see friends or family. Because not everybody does family. Some people do friends. And then no, we don't have Boom Boys Friday because of the same thing. Which I kind of predicted. I predicted somebody might. That's why I asked ahead of time. I was like, should I plan for the week after?
Yeah. I was asked a fun question because I ask fun questions all the time.
Yeah.
Because get bored easily sometimes. I was like, out of all of the characters you have played in your like tabletop RPG career, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
who has had the happiest upbringing? Because this is one like a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Sylvester probably has had a pretty good upbringing in your games.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jubei, another character, he had a pretty good upbringing. It's a shame that he doesn't remember it because he's got amnesia.
Oh, also, Ravenloft had to do a 2-hour combat.
Mm-hmm.
y'all will get to see why that happened soon. That video is not out yet for everybody. Although if you're a YouTube member or a Patreon member, you can watch it now.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what you guys did. Some ritual magic to summon me from the ether during that one.
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out... I remember now what excuse me. Because we were talking about the Grim Hollow books earlier. I remember now what I was looking up.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was trying to figure out how that worked.
Yep.
That's why I ended up accidentally seeing like other stuff that I wasn't looking up.
The thing is, I just had to go off of it. I never had like an official thing for the gun.
Yeah, I've never. So you just went off of what I quickly told you. Yeah,
and I was like, okay, it recharges
4 times. Once a day, like once per day.
Yeah,
it has 4 charges. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we were
but
trying.
That's before like we knew the official.
Yeah, we were also just trying to figure out the damage and stuff,
yeah,
which that has changed now. I think that changed in Transformed. I think Transformed changed it or whatever.
Okay, because the one I have written down is 66.
Yeah, and then is it and then it's Shatter, right?
It's
or Scatter. It's Scatter.
Yeah.
And then it's the other one is I think we were trying to figure out like it's a straight line with Scatter, but we removed the Scatter from the crossbow because it's just a crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
Electrified crossbow bolt.
Mm-hmm.
But then what was the other thing? Because there was something that like changed from the book to the D&D Beyond version that they changed. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the Scatter. I think they removed Scatter on the D&D Beyond version. So I think that's why I didn't see Scatter initially when I gave her version. And then also, apparently in the book it says they have to make a save, not you rolling an attack. Which is interesting. That might be for the Scatter.
I think it's for the Scatter because the Scatter, while it isn't necessarily too powerful, it's only just your dexterity modifier.
It can get... Yeah.
Like we've seen with Tanachi, he uses a blunderbuss and that shit has Scatter on it.
Yeah.
Like, being able to do at least 5 damage to the guy that's next to an enemy, while not a lot, consistently doing that.
Yeah. But yeah. I think that's it for this.
So are the Boom Boys still scarier than the Sirens?
Depending on the situation.
Depending on the day.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and let's get into some news for this week. We got an official trailer for Young Jedi Adventure Season 3. It's going to start airing on December 8th. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer together. That's what I was prepping over here.
Go on out. I'm done.
What?
I'm so done with these young boys.
You don't care about nubs?
God damn it.
Yeah, the nubs of it all.
Yeah.
It all you got!
Wait, where did that go?
You younglings are special, and these droids could be very helpful on your final missions. Are you ready?
We've trained with so many great Jedi Masters. I think it's time to show our friends what a Jedi can do.
Sounds like they're about to graduate from being young
And that is why we go together.
The Young Jedi return
And there's so much more to see.
for an epic adventure.
No way we'd miss it. It's time to test what my latest creation can do.
I will defeat the Jedi.
We'll handle this droid.
That's new.
On December 8th,
Here we go! Look out!
follow your friends one last time.
Woohoo! Beautiful! Together. We may be in a tough spot, but Jedi never give up, right?
Proud of you, I am.
Time to have some fun.
learned
Looks
your
like you're not the
lesson
only
yet.
one who's excited.
And may the Force be with you.
Young Jedi Adventures, streaming December 8th.
May they grow up strong and bright.
Oh. Yeah, we are just straight up getting... We're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead in the timeline. We're just straight up jumping ahead.
Holy shit, Nubs, you got big.
He got big. He got bulky.
You're a fucking bear now.
I was like, I remember seeing that bit in the trailer. I was like, where is it at? And it was like, oh, it's at the end. But yeah, so... Because I watched the trailer beforehand. So we got, like... Adult... Well, young... I'd say
No,
Padawan.
they're still Padawans,
These are
'cause they got
Padawan. They
the
got the braids. So this is Padawan. Yeah, so we're getting straight up Padawan versions of them. So, time jump? Because they did age up. So does that... in your mind mean it's the last season, probably? Yeah, I mean... I hope we see more of
They
the...
send them. I know that this won't happen, but like I'm sending them to the Clone Wars.
Rek Minu, so that's who the droid smith kid we kept seeing in that trailer was. Let's see, this is from StarWars.com. This season, young fans will join the adventure as the young Jedi face off against Rek Minu, a mischievous master droid smith, befriend Dottie, a beloved local shop owner known for her droid fixing skills, and meet a trio of new droid companions, Beepers, Dozer, and Gigi. Season 3 of Star Wars Young Jedi Adventure stars Josia Young as Kai Brightstar, Julia Donenfeld as Liz Soleil, D. Bradley Baker as Nubs, Emma Berman as Nat. Okay, yeah. I want to know if... Oh. Yeah, in the series epilogue. So this is the end of the show.
Hey, Young Jedi Adventures, thank you for ending with 3 seasons like a reasonable...
But also it's for Disney like Junior. I could have seen it going on a little longer and be fine. Cuz shows like that tend to go on longer anyways but also we've talked about how Young Jedi Adventures is also kind of a smarter show in that it's not dumbed down for that audience, and it also has actual narrative. It's not just a Dora clone or like that type of show where it's trying to be educational. At least not directly. Like, it's not directly educational. It's not going, learn this lesson. No, it's telling a lesson via the story. Usually you're learning a lesson still, but it's via the characters having to learn that lesson. But it seems, and I didn't realize this, the voice actor for Kai in season 1, I guess, must have aged out of it because he wasn't in season 2 or 3 as Kai, but he's returning for Padawan Kai for the epilogue. So he must have aged out of it. Like his voice probably changed enough where they were like, So I did not know that actually. That is interesting to learn because it says that they'll return as Padawan Kai in the official StarWars.com. And yeah, season 2 received 4 nominations at this year's Children's and Family Emmys, adding to its 9 previous nominations and 3 wins. It's a show that will, yeah. Yeah, Star Wars News, because Star Wars Newsnet is who I'm using as my source. They also pretty much agree with us that it's like, while it's geared for preschoolers, it often goes a little, like, it does better than, like, they say specifically, it often swings for the fences and doesn't hold back. And yeah, I'd kind of agree with that. So I'm excited to see what season 3 story is like. Okay, so Star Wars Newsnet says that Star Wars, like, obviously Lucasfilm hasn't confirmed or denied whether or not this is the last final season, but saying the series epilogue in that statement tells me that this is the last season. Agree? Disagree?
Yeah.
Like, that's just where I sit on that, and I don't mind if it turns out we're wrong and, hey, there is another season, because I wouldn't mind seeing Padawan, but then it's not young... Is it still Young Jedi Adventures if they are Padawans?
Padawan Jedi Adventures.
That's the trick. They're ending Young Jedi Adventures so we can get a sequel show called Padawan Jedi Adventures. Or Jedi Padawan Adventures, actually. You would probably reorder that.
Wait until we get to Jedi Knight Adventures.
And then Jedi Master Adventures.
Where they go through the depression arc. Midlife crisis.
Ugh. But no.
What?
Well, it's a similar conversation that's going on with the comics right now. Because... And we can talk about this more. You know what? We'll talk about that. We'll save this discussion for when we finish the Aphra comic, because I think it relates to our topic today. But the other trailer we got.
Oh, you fucker.
I am excited.
I bet you are.
Now, it's not a new expansion. So in video game news, SWTOR fans rejoice as we get a trailer for the next story update. It's just a story update. It's not the next expansion.
That's good. I like it when stories keep going.
And so this story update is titled Galactic Threads, where we'll be continuing to chase down Malgus and the missing Shae Vizsla, and we'll get to finally play it next month. So we got 2 things coming out in December. We got Young Jedi Adventures episodes coming out, and we got, as you all probably already know, I'll be playing it for the channel as soon as it drops. But let's look at that trailer, because the story's not complete. So like you joked, oh, I love it when stories keep going, but in this case the story's not done.
No.
Like, we are actively in the middle of it because the expansion's still going, and so because Malgus escaped the prison, remember?
Out of jail now. We wouldn't have problem if he would just die already.
And then it doesn't help that Shae Vizsla helped him escape and then disappeared. And that's kind of
I'm not here to justify what happened. Shae needs to answer for what she's done.
the other man, Clan Ordo.
We're here to help put an end to all of this, however we can.
I heard you were going hunting for a hidden chain trader.
Ras is ready to assist you in the field. Let's get some answers.
I'm so pleased you could join me.
Oh, yeah.
Darth Nul's laboratory.
Investigating more Darth Nul, because that's not...
Let's see if Malgus left anything behind.
He still seeks to upend everything. Do not underestimate him.
And you're... Jesus, yeah.
Are you putting me in some bullshit again?
Yeah. I also like...
Jada's, what if I did more shit that you stayed out of?
I also like the new little image we get for the story update. Usually they save those for the expansions proper, but we've been getting them for story updates as well now lately. This is a case of just, I'm excited because we're finally getting to continue this. We had to wait a little extra time because it was supposed to be out already a while ago, but we had to wait because of the voice actor strike. And for that reason, I'm fine with waiting. That's a worthwhile reason to wait. I'd rather hold off and not. And they were still updating the game during that time. They didn't, like, they were just doing like polishing and like galactic seasons, which don't need voice actors, and also that's about it, really. They were just doing updates to galactic seasons and polishing stuff, and so. But now we're getting proper story update. Yeah, I'm excited to see Ras and Jakaya again. I'm interested to continue the story of Nul, because Nul is interesting as a Sith, because there's so little.
Yeah.
And it's also the heart of what's going on in the narrative, because Malgus wants whatever research Darth Nul did, and that's like his whole motive for even being the main bad guy again. And then on top of that, that's also related to what's going on with the other Mandalorian clans that are like that defective the defected clan, the Hidden Chain, yeah, Hedda Cole, and their side because that was also playing into that, as well as the Jedi, the ex Jedi. I forget her name now. The Twi'lek. I can't remember her name now. And then, of course, I think the big thing that everybody's excited about... Well, there's two things I think people are excited about. The Mandalorian companion for smugglers being added to the companion list, so a Kavi Spar. So if you played the smuggler storyline, that's one of your companions initially. Because we still don't have all the companions back since they, disbanded when they did the Knights of the Fallen Empire storyline. Because that's when you lost all your companions and they started trying to do more narrative episodic thing, and then they did that for 2 expansions. Then they said, kind of go back to the way we were doing expansions before. And then the other big thing is Darth Jadis. Because Jadis has been gone since the end of the Imperial Agent storyline. Like, yeah, Star Wars News, that once again, my source. Put it accurately, his absence has been a shoe ready to drop in Star Wars The Old Republic for more than a decade now. Because remember, this is a game that's been out since 2012.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, like all we knew was that he was in the unknown regions.
Where is he? Not here, but he's back.
And yeah, they make a good point on Star Wars Newsnet. Jadis might be the only thing that might be scary to Malgus right now. Because we're talking about somebody who was on the Dark Council, like, which was basically like the top people outside of the Emperor. Malgus wasn't even on that. Yet somehow Malgus thought he was next in line for Emperor. Like, bro, you weren't in the top 12 for next in line. What do you mean?
What does Jadis do? Oh, he runs the Imperial Security Bureau.
Yeah, he's the security. Yeah, he's He's the intelligence branch. Is because they all had names for like what like the department they headed. Because it's basically the Dark Council was basically the cabinet for like a president. They all represent like a certain cabinet. I think Jadis was intelligence specifically. I can double check though. The Emperor's Dark Council. Yeah, Darth Mar was part of it. Although, sorry, Darth Mar. You've been dead for a while now. Yeah, 12 seats. And then, then it got reduced to 5 after a bunch of stuff went down, including stuff your characters are involved in. One of your characters can replace somebody. Let's see. Yeah, they called them the spheres. So you had one of the 12 spheres of influence. He had the spheres of military offense and defense of the Empire. Hold on. Oh, no, those are 3 separate. Okay, so you had military offense as a sphere, military defense as a sphere, and then just military strategy. And then you had Imperial Intelligence, Ministry of Intelligence. No. Nope, you just had Imperial Intelligence. Okay. And then Production and Logistics, Ancient Knowledge, Sphere of Mysteries, Sith Philosophy, Expansion and Diplomacy, Laws and Justice, technology and biotic science. And then I guess influence is its own separate one. Okay. Got it.
Man, it's crazy how to be winning a war because the only protagonist left others are dead.
Yeah. And then, now Asina's the Empress. Or is it... Or is it Vauron right now? I think it's Vauron, actually. Yeah. Yes, Vauron's currently. And he was a Dark Council member. He was... Oh, there was Sphere of Civil Administration, and he did Sphere of Production and Logistics.
Alright.
So. But yeah. I'm excited. I mean, it's SWTOR. It's the Old Republic. I'm excited. I think we're getting closer and closer to the end. I think maybe we'll end up... Well, hold on, because there was a live stream, so let's see. I did not read the entire article. I just was like, oh, trailer, we'll talk about the trailer. Let's see, developer live stream continued. Talking about the dynamic encounter system. Yeah, that's a new thing that's been in the last update. That was... basically, it's a way to get people to still be interacting in the game whenever stuff's not going on. It's... group events on like just planetary events that happen that you can just randomly pop in and out of and help other players do.
Okay.
Like they're just events happening. We got Life Day events coming up, obviously, because Life Day. Galactic Threads will be released in December of this year, likely coinciding with SWTOR's 14th anniversary. Don't remind me. We're sure to get more details about what's coming beyond 7.8 at that time. Okay, so apparently we will be getting a full roadmap for 2026 once 7.0 storyline is done.
Alright.
That is according to producer Keith Koenig. So I guess that means this has to be the end of the Legacy of the Sith storyline, right? This has to be the final story update for 7.0. That or we're getting one in early January. Like, we got to be looking at February or March then as the last one. If not this one. I guess we'll find out when... I mean, in probably a couple weeks. But with all of that, let's get into our main topics for this week. Spoilers ahead for Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent. All right. Well, Chelly Aphra finally faces judgment for all of her crimes during the Imperial reign by the New Republic, but rather than being taken to prison for the rest of her life, a mysterious character witness convinced the New Republic to let her off on parole. With it being the Dr. Aphra that we know and love, this doesn't last long, with her and her parole officer getting caught by a new arm of the New Republic called the Department of Artifacts and Archival Goods Retrieval, or DAGGER. I love that her parole officer was in on the heist. They're like, we're going to call your parole officer. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Hello? Shit.
But she made some convincing points.
Yeah. This time, though, a deal is struck between Aphra and Dagger's leader, Meteora Grey. I love that her name is Meteor, but with an A. Meteora. That Aphra joins Dagger, as she has a good idea for artifacts, and Dagger needs more wins for the New Republic to continue funding it, as they just have one mysterious benefactor. Yep. Her first job is with Luke to recover something called a Loavian Gauntlet. That was my best pronunciation of that. Loavian Gauntlet.
Luovian.
Yeah, Luovian Gauntlet. Yeah, I was gonna say you read this comic too.
What if I didn't and made things up in the spot? I didn't. I read it.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I was gonna say you probably would have texted me this morning going, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't read it," and then we'd skip this today, and then Zach would be mad. And
yeah. But they're not here, so even if that was the case,
but yeah,
that's right. I'm starting shit right now. I got time.
But,
actually, I don't have work later today.
But yeah, her and Luke have to recover a gauntlet that is currently being set up to be sold on the black market of Dayu, the Milk Planet, from Obi-Wan, from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Luke and Aphra manage to track down the seller and learn that the gauntlet was upgraded by someone so that it can also apparently help the user harness the Force? Question mark. Before Luke reveals himself and chaos ensues.
Yep.
Luke accidentally puts on the gauntlet, and it starts to go off uncontrollably as an electric storm in the cantina. Aphra helps arrest the seller before helping Luke overcharge the gauntlet and take it off. She then plans to steal it before Luke convinces her to stay and keep working with Dagger, as she has nowhere else to truly go. Aphra agrees, and Luke covers for her when Meteora questions if she did anything to mess up their deal. Meteora agrees to keep working with Aphra, but also deactivates her tattoos before the next mission, in which Luke and Aphra track down the person who brokered the deal for the Luovian gauntlet, an alchemist. Once again, I'm alchemisty. That's an I at the start, so it's I-L, alchemisty.
I'm sorry, just highlight it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
We get a real name. This is the underworld name for them.
I'm trying to remember if, like...
It's an I-L. Because, remember, comics do all caps, so...
No, the... Alchemist.
Alchemist? Is that what you're...
Yeah.
Alchemist, I would say.
No, the M is before the E. You have the comic up there. We can look, make sure.
I'm pretty sure I was reading it as I wrote this, but I will double check. Did I actually download it, or did I?
This may be a case of, like, because I just read it really quickly.
It's issue 1. Sorry, I'm scrolling through because I put all the issues together. Okay, it is on this part. Alchemisty.
All right.
Yeah, so it's Alchemisty. Yep. That's my best guess of that. Who secretly... Wait, hold on. Individual named Alchemisty. Okay, here we go. There's where I was on the script. Luke tries to take the lead this time, as Aphra talks about how he's too naive and optimistic for the way the galaxy works. This makes most of the people on Argal shut them out, besides someone who works for a club and is mistreated by her boss. Aphra manages to finally get a location for Alchemisty from Aphra and an ex-Alliance soldier, now acting as security for Alchemisty, who secretly talk to each other through blink code taps during a game of Sabacc, which is definitely something you would do during a Star Wars game. Actually, you would do that in any tabletop game.
You're right, I would.
Yeah. Aphra and Luke meet. I'm pretty sure we actually did have one of your characters do. Was it which of your spy boys was it in Star Wars that did it?
Well, both of them definitely have. Both of them.
I mean, one of them.
They were trained by the same people. So
one of them has to talk in sign language because they're.
Yeah,
but I'm saying the tapping type thing, like the doing like.
I think Sips would, because he's in situations like this. Have any other option?
Yeah.
Because he can't talk. Could he get a vocabulator? Yes. Will he? No.
That sounds like a him problem. He can afford it too. Like, come on.
They're like.
At a certain point, you are just making things harder for yourself.
You can't pry any secrets out of me if I can't talk.
what if we take your hands? Then you definitely can't talk.
But then you don't learn nothing.
Anyways, yeah, Aphra.
So you have to let me keep my hands.
So yeah, Aphra and Luke meet Alchemist, a man named Dalius, who enjoys collecting artifacts and weapons. They quickly get into a fight when Luke tries to take Dalius in for questioning, and Aphra blows up Dalius's artifact collection in the process of arresting him, which they do manage to do. When they return to the Dagger base on the planet Nakadia, Aphra and Luke reflect on the mission, with Aphra telling Luke to keep his optimism, even if they're unsure if the club worker and soldier are the rules or the exception to how willing people are to help in the galaxy. Luke leaves to go do more important New Republic work, while Han becomes Aphra's next mission partner. Their next mission...
I'll say this. I'm going to do this by, like, partner stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like... The glove getting magnetized to Luke's hand. I'm like, fuck. And my second thought is, does Aphra know? And eventually throughout the course of reading it, it's like, okay, she knows.
Which part?
About the robot hand.
Oh yeah,
Luke doesn't advertise that.
Yeah, because in the first issue she uses that to help to do the overpowering.
So I didn't know if she knew about that or not.
Yeah. I don't know how she figured. I can't remember when she found that out, but yeah. I mean, when you're wearing a glove over only one hand,
maybe he's just a Michael Jackson.
Oh man,
like his father before.
Yeah, because Vader also did the one gloved hand. Yeah. Well, before he lost all limbs.
Yeah. It's just a fashion trend on Coruscant.
Yeah. But yeah. So their next...
good. It's a good start.
Yeah, the first two issues are a good start. It's... I definitely...
We also don't see a lot of Luke on this podcast, surprisingly.
We'll get to see more of him soon enough. We haven't been doing mainline. We
it's...
also haven't been doing mainline Star Wars comics yet, which we're gonna talk about that stuff at the end of this, because this all kind of ties into a wider conversation going on with Star Wars comics right now.
All right.
But yeah, their next mission is to be gifted a cultural artifact for the Campy called the Totem of Marthzi, from crime lord Sabi Sabo Asidi, which Aphra is skeptical of why such an infamous crime lord would just give something away with nothing in return other than goodwill with the New Republic. Han wants to do this specifically because he's the one who stole the totem to begin with for Asidi. So this is Han's way of making up for some of his crimes. Han and Aphra are also joined by campy cultural attaches Lady Zuring and Stingy, to which Aphra wastes no time flirting with Lady Zuring. Which I also thought the design of the campy are interesting.
Yeah.
Because at first, I didn't catch the third arm.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
And then...
during the...
when
they're distracting.
Yes, that's when I noticed it, too. That's exactly what... We noticed it at the same time.
At first, my brain thought it was like...
I thought it was an error.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and I was like, well, let me scroll back and see. And then because I was like, this almost looks bad. This almost looks like... And I didn't want to think it, but I was like, AI? And then I scrolled up, and I was like, oh, no, the third arm is throughout. But there's no fourth, because I was like... When you see an extra arm on one side, you think, there's got to be a fourth one. No. The campy just have 3 arms. They've got 1 left arm and 2 right arms.
Yep.
And I was thrown off. Like it looked fake at first, to be honest. And then I went back. I was like, okay.
My brain initially was like, oh, is it cybernetic? Because I was like, that is a
But
thing
then you also see it. Then you also see it on Stingy as well.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, no, that's just a thing.
So the campy just have 3 arms.
You think they're good at giving hugs?
Maybe like the one-sided hug where you like just kind of half hug. I think they're probably really good at those, as long as it's the correct side.
Alas, poor Aphra.
Yeah.
Your taste in women
continues to
be
bad for you.
Bad for you.
But we will talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, yeah, when they reach a city's home, he eats one of his underlings for not properly preparing the totem.
Yep.
Aphra then gets a good look at it and reveals to the crew that it is that Sabi is trying to give to them so that he can keep the real thing. They have Stingy and Lady Zhuring distract the city by telling him a gruesome story, while Han reveals he has a layout to a city's lair so he and Aphra can retrieve the real totem. When they return, Aphra shows Lady Zhuring they have the totem, which is when she and Stingy reveal they are partners and plan to take the totem for themselves the whole time. This causes a fight in the cities that ends with the pair escaping, and Han and Aphra then revealing that they also handed off a fake to them, as Han and Meteora made a fake in case Aphra tried to be the one to steal the totem. Yeah. I love how at first Aphra's offended, and then she's like, actually, yeah, no, I get it.
There's a lot of moments with Aphra of like, why would you do that to me? And everyone looking like,
are you serious?
Are you fucking kidding me? You know why. Your rap sheet is half a mile long. There's no one you haven't pissed off.
Yeah.
To be honest, the fact that you can even find people to get pissed off at you is an astounding skill.
I think that's something Luke comments on, actually, in the, like... Oh, no, Aphra mentions that when Luke's like, oh, you got places you could go. And then Aphra's like, actually, no. He's
like, well, maybe one day when you stop being a scumbag, you will. He says it a lot nicer.
Yeah, because it's Luke.
He's like, you're gonna get tired of running one day.
Yeah. The other thing I didn't put in the script, but also the reason that Aphra knows that the first one's a fake is because at the beginning of the issue, Meteora's going over the culture of the Campy and goes, you see these circular like markings? They don't put that on like artifacts that represent their gods, and the totem of Marth G is one of those that's like symbolic to their god. Yeah. Specifically like of luck type stuff. Yeah. As we learn. But the first fake, the one that a city was trying to pass off, has the circle markings at the bottom. You see like a bunch of circles at the bottom. I think the one that Han and her hand off does not have those markings. I think it is almost a perfect replica. Yeah. Which is why, like, I'll get to it, but the ending of this issue is almost confusing. Then Han and the city argue over who gets to keep the real thing. So Aphra just goes, basically let the totem decide by me flipping a coin. And since luck is what the totem represents, and a city claims that it's what kind of having the totem is why his criminal empire grew. Yeah. He's like, I only got this big because I had this thing. It made me really lucky and it brought me where I am. In the end, though, it seems that a city got to keep the real one. Yeah. As Han and Aphra wonder if the Campy will be able to truly tell the difference. Also, they have a whole conversation about luck, and then the Millennium Falcon stops working. I do have to question it though, because I looked at the final panel where you get a good look at the full one. It doesn't have the circles at the bottom. Now that could be because it's a further image, like it's a smaller image of it. Yeah. So maybe they just didn't go into that detail with it on that part. Because the next time we see it, it's bigger, but you can't see the bottom because Aphra's hand is covering it. So I think that might just be a case of we just didn't get a good enough look at it. Yeah. But yeah. In the penultimate issue, we join Aphra now working with Chewbacca on a mission to help protect Prince Flott, who is soon to have his coronation. They have to protect him from Chrysanthemum, so the New Republic can work with the planet in the future and protect the artifacts there that Aphra calls trinkets in frustration at the mission. Did you have any comments on the Han partnership, since we're at the end of that one?
Yeah, it's very funny. Aphra calls him a trophy general.
Also, the Han sickle.
Yeah. And Han's like, "You're getting awful mouthy, ain't you?"
Yeah, I forget exactly what he says.
They're like very passive aggressive on this mission.
I forget what he says specifically in response to like the frozen and carbonite thing. But then she's like, "Okay, I get it. No carbonite talk. Got it." Like he says something that like Aphra's like, "Oh, okay, that one was a little bit more of a nerve than I meant to hit."
Yep. Like they do work well together, but they're like, "I hate this."
It's because they're both the same amount of chaos.
Yeah.
Like, they're both the same amount of chaos gremlin, that it's just like, putting the two gremlins together...
may not have been the best idea.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. The last time they saw each other is a you haven't even read yet.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like... But you two have never interacted before, to my knowledge.
But you also know of the event that happened though, because it's a very famous crossover event. It's the Vader Down arc from the 2015 run, which is when the rebellion goes, "Hey, I think we can capture Vader because we crashed his ship."
Is it the fucking all I see are fools and dead men?
Yes, that's where that came from.
Oh, those poor bastards.
Oh, yeah, it's the, let's see. Yeah, not bad. How's it been going from Imperial lackey to New Republic lackey? So she was like, okay, yeah, no carbonite talk. Got it. Yeah, you basically just flip-flopped so hard on that. You were like... But also, she was not loyal to the Empire, to be fair. She just was afraid of Vader.
Not loyal to anyone.
Maybe her family.
Maybe.
On certain days.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair. She's pretty loyal to her dad and stuff. It's just, she also wants to protect him, therefore goes... And now I leave your life. Yep. Because if...
To be honest, it's probably the kindest thing she can do for that.
I'm going to fake my death so that way you can live your life freely. And then that doesn't really do much, but okay.
Prince Flot, she has been assigned Chewbacca as her partner for this mission on a beach planet.
Yeah, so it turns out... So where was it? Oh, in this issue... We, while keeping watch, we get a Chewbacca v. Chrysanthemum rematch, which also happens in Vader Down. It's happened a couple times actually. We've gotten a few. We had one more recently in the War of the Bounty Hunters.
I think it happened immediately after Chewbacca got fucking flamethrowered by Boba.
Yeah, so
because I guess Chewbacca hates Chrysanthemum that much.
So this is the third Chewbacca Chrysanthemum fight that I can immediately recall.
Round 3.
But Aphra has to immediately break this up by splashing them with water. Well, not immediately. We get a good page or two of them beating each other up. Chewbacca lands on his back, on his head, after being tossed from a cliff or something like that. But yeah, no, Aphra throws water at them and then speaks Shri Wook very poorly. Goes... Chrysanthemum, I think. Chrysanthemum. And then Aphra's like, my Shri Wook is not that bad. My Shri Wook accent's not that awful.
It's alright. As someone who cannot roll his R's...
So, Spanish.
Yeah, Spanish. Like, it's fine, but it produces a weird sound.
It's the Anglo-Saxon pronunciation
it's
of...
too white.
Yeah. But then, she then threatens Chrysanthemum to reveal all his secret hideouts if he doesn't stop. So that kind of is what forces them to stop fighting, for now. That night, Aphra realizes who might have hired Chrysanthemum to go after Prince Flot, And during the coronation ceremonial parade, has Chewbacca hold back everyone long enough for her to talk to Prince Flott privately to confirm it. Turns out, he hired Chrysanthemum to kidnap himself, so that he can just escape the responsibility of rulership that he never wanted.
This. I'm like, he's like, I hate this. I'm like 8.
Yeah, he looks like he's not older than 10. He's like, I don't want to be in charge. I never wanted this. That was decided way before I even could make my own decisions.
And he's like, the fucking Elder Council is very much like, they're corrupt.
They're ruling by proxy, and they're like, and I think Aphra sees herself a bit in Flott with his desire for freedom. So let's Chrysanthemum and Flott leave together, and allow for one of Flott's obviously power-hungry advisors to take the role of king.
And Meteora gets onto her for this.
Yep,
and she's like,
this is considered a failure by the New Republic and Dagger. Which it's not, because
I'm like, this is...
You just make good with whoever takes charge after.
Yeah. I'm like...
Which is the point Aphra makes. Aphra's like, one of these guys is obviously going to take over. They wanted the role. You could tell.
She's like, didn't you cause a period of civil unrest? And Aphra, our job is get
now to
the
fix
old
that
shit.
Yeah.
The old, like, stick box stuff and keep it safe.
Yeah.
It is not to secure the political...
Our job is preservation of history.
Yeah, not... The politicians can go do politician shit. That's not my job, says Aphra.
Yeah.
You brought me here to get you old stuff and make sure that it was okay.
And this was not a get old stuff mission.
Why the fuck did you put us on this, actually?
So, Aphra agrees to just quit, but still wants her tattoos reactivated. This is a problem, though. As it turns out, the person who developed the ability to turn them off and on is Aphra's half-sister, Dellen Aphra, new character introduction.
Okay, cool. I was wondering, like...
who is operating under the codename of Eterna. And Dellen has gone missing. We then learn, and so now we're in the final issue.
Yeah.
Chewbacca partnership. I guess we got most of our thoughts on that one out, I think.
Pretty good.
Yeah. We learned that Leia is Dagger's patron. Surprise, surprise. Who could have seen that one coming?
Yep.
And the one that's been kind of keeping it active for the New Republic behind the scenes. And she allows Aphra to go after Dellen. And in return, Leia will allow the reactivating of Aphra's tattoos. So she goes on the mission with a reprogrammed Gonk droid. Gonk droid, Gonk droid, Gonk droid. We love a good Gonk droid here at the channel. DG-87 as the New Republic, which she nicknames
Yes.
Stripes.
Much easier to say.
Yeah, as the New Republic is running low on astromechs, with all of them already assigned out. Because the New Republic military structure is still not quite that grand.
Yep.
It's kind of new.
They're working on things.
Yeah. After searching multiple planets for clues to Dellen's location, Aphra and DG managed to find a hideout on the planet Provina. However, it seems a bounty hunter is also looking for Dellen and Aphra. Who he confuses Aphra for.
Yep. And
Aphra uses a trick Dellen taught her as a kid to take out the bounty hunter, waiting before finding Dellen finding Dellen hiding in the basement of the hideout. There we go. I worded that weirdly in my script, I think. But yeah, so takes out the bounty hunter using basically overcharging a battery and electrifying him and knocking him out. Something that Dellen taught her when they were kids. And then finds Dellen locked in the basement using Dad's birthday as the password. And Dellen's like, I should have changed that, because I saw you were getting close. Because turns out Dellen has been watching Aphra the whole time she's been working for Dagger, so knew she was about to find her, and actually makes a joke that surprised that Aphra found her so quick. Thought that she was going to be still looking for her on which planet did she say? Hosnian Prime.
If this had been a decade ago, you would still be looking for me on Hosnian Prime.
Yeah. She also tells Aphra that the reason she's been hiding is that the Imperial remnants have been trying to recruit her since Jakku. But Dylan turned them down one too many times, and now now they kind of want to deal with her personally. On top of that, the bounty hunter that Aphra took out has friends, and now Aphra has led them to Dylan. Considering she knocked the bounty hunter out, and therefore the other bounty hunters will go, well, our friend got knocked out, so obviously he was in the right direction. As Dylan and Aphra are sisters, the bounty hunters constantly confuse the two as being their target, which Aphra then uses to her advantage to help finally lose them by having Dylan do the same trick from earlier with the overcharging when they allow themselves to be captured before taking the hunters out. Dylan gives Aphra back the ability to use her tattoos, and they then discuss whether or not they'll return to Dagger, as it seems they both have learned that they are capable of changing for the better. So, in the end, we don't truly know if they'll return, but they've agreed that together they can do anything. And that's Dr. Aphra, Chaos Agent. So that's it. So this was an ongoing. Mm-hmm. Does this feel like an ongoing to you?
Yes and no.
Does this feel like miniseries would be accurate to describe this?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the wider issue going on with Star Wars comics right now. Mm-hmm. So the mainline series is already about to be over. The Jedi Knight main ongoing is going to be done after issue 10.
Okay.
The Legacy of Vader comic going to be done by January of this upcoming year. All of our ongoings are ending at like 10 issues. Is that ongoing?
I'd say it's a series, but not a mini one.
But does that sound ongoing to you? When I tell you a comic book is an ongoing series, do you think 10 issues and that's it?
I figure like 15.
I tend to think...
If it's coming out at a rate of like once every like 3.5 weeks, right?
Yeah, like the once a month strategy usually. Mm-hmm. I think ongoings are generally 25 to 50. If I were to classify a number, right? 10 is definitely not it, though. 10 is definitely not what I would classify as ongoing. Let me double check that I'm correct about mainline Star Wars.
All right.
But I'm pretty sure, like, it's about to end at, like, 10 issues. Which is wild. Because that's your core title. Mm-hmm. That's your, there's a term I'm looking for.
Flagship?
Yeah, that's your flagship title. Should your flagship title be ending that quickly? Especially when fans were already wondering, like, where we go post Return of the Jedi. That doesn't inspire confidence in me.
I think that is kind of the problem, because I feel like, I guess, you know what I think would be cool, rearranging timeline wise, if we put Dark Droids after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. But then you don't get the Vader interacting with it parts, which I think are I do find that part interesting.
I find all of it pretty interesting.
I mean, in terms of like having it set where it's set, I think in terms of when it's set, Vader interacting is the most interesting part of it being set then. But if it's set any other time, then yeah, it can still be interesting. It's just the most value it gets out of that being set when it is that Vader interacts.
Yeah.
Also, the problem with that is that we kind of get a similar story in a post 6 book.
Oh. Such a
with
subject.
a baby Ben Solo,
Okay.
who almost gets killed by his nursemaid droid. So
Okay, I didn't know that.
no, you didn't. That's not information you were privy to, because obviously I don't expect you to know that. This is a case of I am now giving you that information because yes. And now you see why fans are kind of iffy even on the Dark Droid situation to begin with, because they're like, ugh. But yeah, no, it is after 10 issues. It will be. That is it for.
Maybe that's why we never see Kylo hanging around droids. Now that I think about it, he's got like some. Nope, don't want it.
Well, and also droids aren't like as big in the military machine by that point, right? And that's kind of the argument Hux has with certain people, because not sequel trilogy Hux, but his daddy Hux. The other Admiral Hux. And so, like, because remember, in the background, we also have the Imperial remnants and their warlords arguing about what's the effective future of the military for the Empire, with, it seems, Hux wants brainwashed recruit. He wants to kidnap children and recruit and kind of just basically recruit from birth. And then if we just brainwash them from the beginning, then we don't have to spend money on cloning. But 2, we still get the effectiveness of cloning, which is that we are indoctrinating them with these teachings of what the Empire is. And whereas Gideon's plan is cloning, but like of himself, with the ultimate clone of himself army that also has Mandalorian armor at its disposal and the Force.
Yeah.
Like,
good thing that didn't succeed.
Yeah, because that's probably the one that if it had gone through would be the most successful. That one was actually terrifying of a plan.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Force part worked, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, he hadn't quite figured that out.
Yeah, which is why he needed Grogu. But he did figure out the cloning and the Mando and like the Mandalorian armor part. So that was not great. Thrawn is old school military, which is like just regular old school military, we're in charge plan.
Sometimes use witches.
Yeah. But also they don't know that yet, because right now Admiral, I should know this because he's in the Legends version of Thrawn story, and they made him canon and a loyalist to Thrawn, because they were like, he's the guy that's like, oh, just wait till Thrawn gets back from the unknown regions, and everybody else is like, have you heard from him? And he's like, no.
I was thinking, like, there are too many fucking admirals in Star Wars.
Oh no, he's a captain and heir to the Empire, but he's admiral in it's Pelion. If I can spell his name correctly. Oh, it was another A. Oh, that's an E there. That would explain it. But yeah, there's the canon version of him. Oh no, he's still just a captain in the... Yeah. Damn, sucks to be you.
Still just a captain, but also, why are you?
But also is
sitting
like,
down at the
yeah,
table?
he's at the big warlords
and he's
meeting.
Like, probably because I'm the only one of us who's been through everything.
He's also representing Thrawn. Like, he's Thrawn's representative for this situation. Well, I would argue Brindle Hux has also seen it all, because Brindle Hux is around during the early Empire. We haven't read them yet because they take place at the same time as the Rebels show.
Mm-hmm.
But we get some lore about that, and
Okay.
There's an episode in Rebels where a character is looking for his sister who was taken by the Empire. We learn a lot more about that going on. That's not related to that part, but he gets in, like, he goes to a school that Brendel Hux is teaching that is basically doing the indoctrination thing, but without the kidnapping. And he's like, nah, we got to get him even younger. Like, that's the new plan. Is like
new plan, kidnap,
even
and then indoctrinate.
And then indoctrinate, because if we wait for them to be too old, then the indoctrination won't take. That's basically Brendel Hux's plan.
It's like, what if I just take them as baby?
And then his son's plan is more of the cloning thing, I think, if I remember correctly, because I think he mentions it in The Force Awakens. He's like, oh, if these were clones or something like that. Somebody mentions it, and is like, yeah, that would have been a better plan. Armitage Hux. That's younger Hux. I always forget Armitage, but Brendel I remember.
Because his name is cooler.
Although he's not a great guy, terrible father. Which is why. No, never mind. I almost spoiled a book. I almost spoiled the Aftermath book, which is the Jakku stuff. Because he's in that too. He's in the Battle of Jakku stuff that we read. But yeah, no. So the problem now with ongoing comics is we're hitting a point where they're not ongoing. Because all of our ongoings are basically ending within like 10 issues. Yeah.
Maybe the writers are just tired.
Like, but they're continuing to do other comics still. Oh, Legacy of Vader at least gets 12. My bad. 2 extra comics.
Some passion projects are stronger than others.
Like right now, the comics we have to look forward to for next year. Let us list of future comics. Let's see. What do we got coming up? Well, Hunt for the Falcon will be done in January. Tides of Terror Hyperspace Stories will be almost done. I think it will finish in February or March. But that's a miniseries. That's a miniseries.
No, I was looking at the Darth Maul one. I was like,
that's a
really
reprint.
Again?
That's a reprint. Yeah, that's a reprint of the paperback. Because this also tracks hardcovers, paperbacks, and reprints. We got Rogue Agents starting though next month. That's a mini-series though. We got the Pathfinders mini-series. We have the Grievous graphic novel. It's just a one-time graphic novel. We got the Tales from the Underlands graphic novel. Is Codebreaker being released single issue? Yeah, it's being released single issue. So that's also done by next year, before next year. Don't really care about the Mandalorian manga. Yeah, that's it. Oh wait, is this a new?
Sukomo.
Is that a new one? Oh, Sukomo. Yeah, we got the Sukomo manga for Visions. That's the one with the clone trooper looking, the one you were really excited for. And that's it right now. And then everything else is either hardback, paperback, or reprints. Right now, that's sounding like we're going into, as it says in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, dead air. But the comic equivalent.
Maybe.
And because half of the things I've listed aren't even Marvel. That's Dark Horse. Because all the hyperspace stories ones are Dark Horse. The manga isn't Marvel either. That's Viz Media. Who still won't ever send me arcs.
On the one hand, never mind.
I don't know. It's just it kind of sucks because it's like, okay, we got introduced to this new era of Star Wars comics. Let's flesh it out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed, and Star Wars Newsnet also gave its theories on this, and they basically theorize that we're kind of in a point where it seems like Marvel as a whole, what they do, because they do the same thing with their own like actual Marvel comics. The only ones that don't get treated like this are Spider-Man, Avengers, X-Men.
Big names.
Yeah, everything else miniseries or limited run. Limited run. That's what I would call these. I wouldn't call them a miniseries, but I also wouldn't call them an ongoing.
Yeah.
But these are advertised as ongoing. All of these were advertised as ongoing. Up to even now, they're still considered ongoing. Like if you go to their pages, they're considered ongoing. This is a limited run. This isn't an ongoing.
Again, things do have to be updated.
And so what? Well, I think we've known for a minute about Jedi Knights being done after 10. But what they theorize is what's going on is that Marvel's doing this thing that they've been doing for the past few years, and it's actually a common complaint amongst the Marvel readers. So, but now it's impacting Star Wars comics as well, which is they do this thing where they do a limited run, and then they continue it, but under a different name.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it's a new issue 1. So we'll get Star Wars number 1 2026 is what we're going to get next year. But why? There's no reason for that because you are continuing the story that you started and it's the same. It's technically what they did with the Battle of Jakku thing. That didn't have to be separated into 3 different miniseries. That could have been one limited run. Because what it was, trying to remember, it was like 9 it was only 3 per, no, was it 4 per part? 4 or 5. I can't remember, it's been a minute.
Something like that.
Either way, that's still like enough to be a limited run if you just made it one, like just make it the Battle of Jakku. Issues 1 through 15 or whatever, right? And then you call it a day, assuming it was 5 per section, right?
Yep.
But that's my thoughts and rants on what's going on in this.
I think this rant.
It's starting to lose. It's starting to lose gas, but yeah. This is where I'm at with the comics. I hope. I want more. I am complaining because I want more. This is a case of this isn't me going, I don't want it. No, this is a case of, and I think it's fine to have a positive complaint like that where it's like I'm mad because I want more.
I think I'm rather content with the amount because
But we also haven't read them together yet, so this is a case of maybe our minds are changed based on reading it. Maybe you get more upset because we finished issue 10 of Star Wars Mainline and you go, what the fuck was that? And I finish it and I go, no, I'm good. Maybe we reinverse this once we read it, but I don't know. I think the main line, the flagship one especially should be going. Let that run till 50 issues. You've done that for the other ones so far. 2015 ran 50 issues. The 2021 ran to 50. I think it made it to 50. Vader did not. Vader actually didn't make it to 50. It made it to the 20. No. 2017 made it to 25. Vader made it to 50 for 2020. But like, let them run. Let it breathe, especially because I felt like the good thing about having the mainline flagship Star Wars one was getting to see our core trio and what they do immediately after getting to see the New Republic built from their perspective.
Yeah.
Because that's the one perspective we haven't had post Return of the Jedi, in between Return of the Jedi and like, we haven't truly had that perspective. We've had some stories tell that perspective, I guess, because we have Shadow of the Sith, but even that's like a few years after.
Yeah.
And then of course we also have like Last Shot, which is the book I was telling you about, which is more of a Lando story. And then that's it, really. And then everything else that's taken place in that era of pre-Force Awakens, post-Return of the Jedi has been the Mandalorian stuff, which has had Luke up here, but, like, he's not the core.
Yeah. And he shouldn't be for that.
No. But we should also still get his story during that time, I think. That's more of my, yeah. And I was hoping that's what the flagship Star Wars would have been, but I guess we'll find out once we read it.
Yeah.
But what do we think, going into Aphra Chaos Agent, what do we think, though?
I think I'm going to give it an 8.
That feels about right for me. It wasn't, I think we didn't move any major stuff forward, but it was a good character, like, study a little bit in the end with the final issue. And even with the first issue, we get a little bit of character study.
Yeah.
Aphra kind of just finding her place in the galaxy. We also, it was just kind of fun, like, episode of the week sort of deal, except for the first two. The first two were connected, but after that, it very much became episode of the week. Aphra goes do mission. Like, honestly, if this had been the ongoing that it was advertised as, I could see this running a few issues that way with no major. I would read it that way. I would just keep reading it if it was just purely episode of the week. Dagger sends her on a mission, and and then we continue to see her and Meteora kind of like butt heads. I would read that personally, but that's not the timeline we live in. There's probably a timeline where they got more than 5 issues, but this isn't it. Once again, it's my complaint is I want more, which is a good complaint. So, with that though, thank you all for watching today's episode of Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I've been your host, Caleb. Be sure to like, comment, follow, subscribe to us. You can find us at Escape Reality Films on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can also show your support for us by joining our Patreon, which is at Escape Reality Films. Shout out to Jennifer Brantley. There you can watch our YouTube content before it's publicly available. You can also join our YouTube membership program, which also lets you have access to our content before anybody else. You also get cool little emojis that you can use whenever we're live like we are right now. Shout out to our friend Pixie Nixie, who is a member there. Also, be sure to check out our Discord, which is also linked wherever you are watching, so you can become part of our community. And that's how we do like fun little watch parties, like we were talking about earlier in the podcast. Just remember, though, for those of y'all who are part of the Discord or are planning to be part of the Discord this week, no watch party because it's Thanksgiving. But next week we'll be continuing our Marvel stuff. So next week, as in the one coming up, no, but the week after, we are doing Marvel. So no on Thanksgiving, yes, week after.
What's on the docket?
I believe we are at, we watched Iron Man, we've watched Cap, we've watched Iron Man 2, we've watched Thor. I think we're on Avengers.
Good.
I think we're on Avengers 1. So, Avengers 1, and then I think Iron Man 3 if we're doing release order, I think that's correct. So yeah. Speaking of friends, though, Seth.
Every other Sunday from 5 to 7 Central Standard Time, you can catch some friends of ours over on YouTube at the Steam Dungeon playing Trials of Naboo. Boy, oh boy, did people make some decisions. So, apparently someone got their hands on a certain wish, and in order to counter that, the antagonists were like, well, we are going to use suggestion to kind of like alter one of their allies' understanding of things. And another character blasphemed a deity on their holiday, so they're in hiding. Ironically, they picked to
do that.
Blaspheme the god of love and vengeance on their holiday, which is certainly a choice.
Yeah. Well,
so things are happening.
That is, yeah, very interesting. So, yeah, once again, go check out our friends to check that out. Once again, though, thank you all for watching. Join us next week as we will once more try to discuss the Last Order book. Do I just need to, like, get you the audiobook or something? Let you listen to it on 2x speed? Is that what we need?
No.
I have spoken.
I'll be safe out there.
Bye.